help you trade with more clarity, discipline, and confidence. Let us begin with the first principle. Your playbook must be specific. A vague playbook is useless. If your rule says, I buy when gold looks strong, that is not a rule. If your rule says, I sell when price rejects resistance, that is still not enough. What resistance? On which time frame? During which session? With what USD context? After what kind of candle reaction? With what invalidation? A professional playbook must remove interpretation as much as possible. Your playbook should clearly state, I trade XAUUSD only when the USD context, price structure, key levels, and confirmation align. This one sentence already protects you from many bad trades. It tells you that a trade is not valid just because gold touched a level. It tells you that a trade is not valid just because a candle looks strong. It tells you that you need alignment. The second page of your playbook should define your daily market filter. Before you ever look for an entry, you must answer a few questions. What is DXY doing? Is the USD strong, weak, or neutral today? Are there important USD news events ahead? Is gold moving with USD logic? Or is gold reacting to risk sentiment, geopolitical concern, or safe haven demand? Is the market trending, ranging, or unstable? Your playbook should force you to answer these questions before you take a trade. This is where amateur traders and professional traders separate. Amateur traders start with entry. Professional traders start with context. Amateurs ask, should I buy or sell now? Professionals ask, what is the market environment? And is this environment suitable for my setup? That difference seems small, but it changes everything. If you want help building this type of daily filter, scan the QR code and join our private trading community. We provide daily XAUUSD setups and USD analysis, so you can understand not only where the trade idea is, but why that trade idea makes sense in the current market environment. You also get exclusive materials and access to our trading ecosystem, including an advanced trading bot built to support your process. Now, once your playbook defines your market filter, the next section must define your key levels. Most traders draw too many levels. They open the chart and fill it with lines until every price looks important. But if every level is important, then no level is important. Your playbook must help you choose only the levels that matter. For XAUUSD, your key level section can include previous day high, previous day low, weekly high, weekly low, major support, major resistance, strong reaction zones, liquidity zones, Asian session high and low, London session high and low, and important round numbers. But do not use all of them blindly. Your playbook should define which levels you prioritize. Notice how each setup has a different personality. A liquidity sweep reversal is designed to catch traps. A break and retest is designed to join continuation. A trend pullback is designed to enter with momentum after the market gives a better price. Your playbook should describe each setup in plain English, with examples, screenshots, and rules. Let us take the liquidity sweep reversal. Your rule might say, I only trade this setup when price sweeps a clear high or low, fails to hold beyond that level, returns back inside the structure, and shows rejection with a strong candle close or momentum shift. I do not enter during the sweep. I wait for the trap to reveal itself. I place my stop loss beyond the sweep area, not randomly in the middle of the move. I target the opposite side of the range or the next liquidity area. That is a real rule. It defines the market condition, the behavior, the entry logic, the invalidation, and the target logic. This is what a playbook does. It turns an idea into a repeatable process. If you want daily examples of these setups, instead of trying to identify them alone, scan the QR code and join our private trading community. Inside, we share daily XAUUSD setups, USD analysis, exclusive materials, and a complete trading ecosystem that helps you understand the difference between a real setup and a trap. Our goal is not only to give signals, our goal is to help you trade with structure. Now let us talk about confirmation. Your playbook must define what confirmation means. Many traders use the word confirmation, but they cannot explain it clearly. They say, I wait for confirmation, but when the market opens, they still enter too early. Why? Because the rule is not precise. For Xauusd, confirmation can include a candle closed back inside a range after a sweep, a rejection wick at a major level, a break of minor structure, a retest that holds, a lower high after resistance rejection, a higher low after support rejection, momentum alignment, or USD confirmation from DXY movement. But your playbook should not use every possible confirmation at once. Choose what matters for your setup. For a breakout setup, confirmation might be a strong candle close beyond the level, followed by a retest that holds. For a reversal setup, confirmation might be a failed breakout and a close back inside the range. For a trend pullback, confirmation might be a higher low in an uptrend or a lower high in a downtrend. The key is that confirmation must match the setup type. Do not use reversal confirmation for a continuation setup. Do not use continuation logic for a trap setup. This is how traders confuse themselves. They see a breakout, then they look for reversal clues. They see a reversal, then they chase continuation. A playbook helps you stay aligned with one idea at a time. The next section is risk. Your playbook must define risk before entry, not after entry. Not when the trade is already moving. Not when you are nervous. Before entry. Every trade should have a defined maximum loss. Every setup should have a logical stop loss. Every trade should have a reason for the stop loss placement. If your stop loss is based only on how much money you want to lose, it may not match the chart. If your stop loss is based only on the chart but ignores account risk, it may be too dangerous. You need both. For example, if you are trading a liquidity sweep reversal, your stop loss usually belongs beyond the sweep high or sweep low. If price returns beyond that area and holds, the trap idea may be invalid. If you are trading a break and retest, your stop loss may go beyond the retest structure. If the level fails, the setup is no longer valid. If you are trading a trend pullback, your stop loss may go beyond the swing structure that supports the trend. Your playbook should also define maximum risk per trade, maximum trades per day, maximum daily loss, and conditions that force you to stop trading. For example, you can write, I risk a fixed percentage per trade. I take no more than 3 trades per day. If I lose 2 trades in a row, I stop and review. If I reach my daily loss limit, I close the platform. These rules are not there to restrict you. They are there to protect you from emotional damage. Because in Xauusd, emotional damage is expensive. Gold can move fast enough to punish hesitation, revenge trading, and over-leverage very quickly. A playbook is not only about finding profit, it is about preventing self-destruction. If you need a structured environment that helps reinforce this discipline, scan the QR code and join our private trading community. Inside you get daily Xauusd setups, USD analysis, exclusive trading materials, our advanced trading bot, and a complete trading ecosystem that helps you avoid random decisions and trade with a clearer process. Now let us talk about trade management. Many traders think the playbook ends after entry. It does not. Entry is only one part of the trade. After entry, you need rules for management. When do you move stop loss to break even? When do you take partial profits? When do you hold? When do you close early? When do you avoid interfering? Your playbook should define this clearly. For example, you might say, I move stop loss to break even only after price reaches a key reaction area, or after price confirms continuation with a new structure. I do not move stop loss to break even immediately out of fear. I take partial profit only at predefined levels, not randomly when I feel nervous. I close early only if the original setup is invalidated by price action or major USD context changes. This matters because many traders destroy good trades through poor management. They enter well, then exit too early. Or they move stop loss too soon and get taken out before the move continues. Or they refuse to close when the setup is clearly invalid. A playbook prevents your emotions from managing the trade. You should also define your no-trade conditions. This may be the most underrated part of a playbook. A professional trader does not only know when to enter, a professional trader knows when not to trade. For Xauusd, no-trade conditions might include major news minutes before release, unclear USD direction, Gold stuck in the middle of a range, spread too high, price moving too fast after a news spike, emotional state not stable, or after reaching daily loss limit. Write this into your playbook clearly. I do not trade when Xauusd is in the middle of a messy range. I do not trade immediately before high-impact USD news, unless I have a specific news trading plan. I do not trade when I am angry, tired, or trying to recover losses. I do not trade if I cannot explain my setup in one sentence. This last rule is powerful. If you cannot explain the trade simply, you probably do not understand it well enough to risk money on it. Now, after your playbook defines market filter, key levels, setup types, confirmation, risk, trade management, and no trade rules, the next step is visual documentation. This is where you collect screenshots. Every time you see a clean setup, save it. Every time you take a good trade, save it. Every time you avoid a trap, save it. Every time you make a mistake, save it. Your playbook should become a library of examples. But do not only save winning trades. This is a common mistake. Traders build a playbook full of perfect hindsight examples, and then they feel confused in real time because real charts are never perfect. Your playbook should include wins, losses, missed trades, invalid setups, fake setups, and emotional mistakes. This gives you a more honest view of your trading. For each screenshot, write a short note. What was the USD context? What was the Xauusd structure? What was the level? What confirmation appeared? Where was the entry? Where was the stop loss? Where was the target? Was the trade valid or invalid according to your rules? Did you follow the plan? What did you learn? Over time, this visual library becomes extremely valuable. You will start recognizing your best setups faster. You will also recognize your worst habits faster. You will see that you lose most money in certain conditions. Maybe you lose when trading before news. Maybe you lose when trading in the middle of the range. Maybe you lose when you take late entries after big candles. Maybe you lose when you trade against strong USD momentum. The playbook reveals the truth. If you want to speed up this learning process, scan the QR code and join our private trading community. You will be able to study daily Xauusd setups, USD analysis, exclusive materials, and examples from a complete trading ecosystem, instead of learning every lesson alone through expensive mistakes. Now let us talk about one very important idea. Your playbook must evolve, but it must not change randomly. This is a critical distinction. A beginner changes strategy after every losing trade. A professional updates the playbook only after reviewing enough data. One loss does not mean the setup is bad. One win does not mean the setup is perfect. You need a sample size. For example, if you trade a break and retest setup on Xauusd and lose one trade, you do not immediately delete the setup. You review whether you followed the rules. Was the USD context aligned? Was the breakout strong? Did the retest hold? Was the entry late? Was the stop loss logical? Was there news? If the setup was valid and still lost, that is normal. Good setups can lose. But if you see the same weakness across many trades, then you update the playbook. This is how serious traders improve. They do not operate from emotion. They operate from evidence. They ask, what does my data show? Which setup performs best? Which time of day works best for me? Which market condition gives me trouble? Which mistake costs me the most? Which rule should be tightened? Your playbook should have a review section. At the end of each week, ask yourself, which setup followed the rules? Which setup did not? Which trades were high quality? Which trades were emotional? What was the result when I followed my playbook? What was the result when I broke the rules? What one rule do I need to respect more next week? This weekly review keeps your playbook alive. It transforms trading from guessing into continuous improvement, and that is the real goal. The goal is not to predict every move. The goal is to create a process that improves over time. Now let us build a simple playbook template you can start using immediately. Page 1. Market focus. Write, I trade Xauusd with USD context. My goal is to take only high-quality setups that align with structure, liquidity, confirmation, and risk rules. Page 2. Daily filter. Write the exact questions you answer before trading. What is DXY doing? What is the USD bias? Are there high-impact news events? Is gold trending or ranging? Where is price relative to key levels? Page 3. Key levels. Define the levels you mark each day. Previous day high and low. Major support and resistance. Liquidity zones. Session range. Round numbers. Page 4.